Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Sean Dex and I'm back to you with your daily serving of mango juice. It's the weekend and I hope you're enjoying a really relaxing one. Bitcoin certainly seems to be having a relaxing weekend, but we do have a couple of interesting things to talk about. Here we have Bitcoin now on the lower time frames, and it may seem that not much has really changed, right? We'll go ahead and turn on our EMAs over here, and as we can see, Bitcoin is still holding this steel 89 exponential moving average that we've been keeping an eye on for a few weeks now, right? What have we been discussing? That every time Bitcoin makes a break towards the downside of this 89, we seem to accumulate along the 200 EMA, which you can't see at the bottom right here, and then we break to the upside again and start a trending move. Now it seems like we've made another version of that where we broke to the downside a few days ago, now broke back up to the upside, and we are holding that now steadily, which is a really good sign. But when you do look at the higher time frames, even though Bitcoin may seem like it's not done anything much over the past 24 hours, you can see that we retook the 10 simple moving average yesterday, and in my opinion that has been a good indicator as to whether we are going to start making an upward move, a trending move aggressively on the higher time frames to the upside, as long as we can hold that 10 SMA. So what I'm going to be looking for is, one, can we open and close another daily candle above it? So we have the open. Can we have a close over it too? Now, as you can see, yesterday, not yesterday, I mean a couple of days ago, we did have it, right? This was one of the reasons why I was really bullish and looking for a move to the upside, especially on the 2-day. When we go ahead and look at the 2-day, we broke the 2-day bullish formation to the upside. This had me really bullish, similar to this situation where I was really bullish, and this situation, right? And every situation so far now, guys, what have we done? We broke a high time frame candle to the upside on its bullish formation, broke back down, right? Big fake out, accumulated, and trended up again. Broke back down, accumulated, and huge move to the upside. Are we going to do something like that today? Well, what I want to see now is you're going to be closing a 2-day, I think, yep, tomorrow. I want us to retake this 10 SMA. I forgot to mention this yesterday, guys. This was something that had me a little bit concerned that we lost the 10 SMA on the 2-day, but now it looks like we are retaking that. Let's go back on over to the daily and see if there's anything that we can that can give us some clues, right? We can work backwards that way. Let's go ahead and turn on our Tenkin to show us. Okay, the Tenkin is right overhead over here, right? So I would like for a strong daily close now. For a strong daily close, we would like to see us not only close over the 10 SMA, which is around 11,650. Closing over 11,650 will give us an open and close over the 10 SMA. But if we can even clear 11,770, let's say 11,800, that would be a kill of the 10 SMA and the Tenkin on one fell swoop. That would be really, really strong. Let's see where the Kijun is. Kijun's all the way at the bottom, sitting at 10,228 now. Wow, that's moved up. Okay, so that's good to know now. Okay, so let's go and look back now to a 4-hour to see if the 4-hour can give us any clues for what's going on for the rest of the 24 hours that we have left for the daily close. Well, again, as you can see, the 4 hours not only holding the 89 EMA at the bottom over here, we are also holding the 10 SMA, which is a good sign. This is a good sign. It looks like we're reaccumulating over here and getting ready for the move to the upside. That being said, if we do break the 89 EMA to the downside and we have an open and close to the downside, I will be getting a little bit concerned and getting ready for a more aggressive move to the downside, because this would be a fake out in my opinion. And now the question really is, right, this is how I'm seeing it. Was the fake out, was the bull trap over here to the downside when we made this move to the downside, or is this was this the bear trap? Was this the bear trap drawing in shots over here, or is this a bull trap? One of the two is going to be the answer, of course, but we don't know just yet, right? If we hold this area and start making an aggressive move to the upside, which would correspond with the symmetrical triangle that we talked about yesterday, I will get back to that in a bit, then I would be leaning towards this entire move being pretty much a bear trap. But every time you see something like this where we go straight down and just bottom to the upside, it's very trappy in my opinion, drawing in a lot of sellers, scaring people off over here. As you can see, people are getting really bullish in this area, right? A lot of altcoiners were finally switching to Bitcoin. They bought in over here, got wrecked, got dumped on. Instead of buying in over here, guys, they buy in over here, right? That's not the time, guys. You should be buying in over here, even over here when we had the ascending triangle. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, what I would like to see, one, is Bitcoin, keep holding the 89 EMA, preferably start closing multiple candles over the 21 EMA. Let's go ahead and look at what the keys on, because we have the Tenkin over here. We also have the 100 simple moving average sitting overhead over here. Is that, no, that's the 30 EMA. Let's go and see where the 100 is. 100 is all the way down here. Okay, that's good. Let's see where the Kijun is. Okay, so we do have a lot of resistance in the 12,000 zone over here, guys. Oh, by the way, in regard to this mango ribbon indicator that you're looking at over here, I put this together because some of you have been messaging me in regard to having multiple indicators on your trading view, and you can't have that because you guys are using the free version, of course, and that's totally fine. If you're just starting with your trading journey, you shouldn't have to pay for a pro account. So if you're not using a pro account, you can't have too many indicators on at the same time. So I put this together for you guys, and it'll help me out too, to be able to have just one indicator with your EMAs, your MAs, and your Tenkin and your Kijun from the Ichimoku cloud. These are all my settings, so I will be giving access to you you guys will have access to this. Just shoot me a message on Telegram, and I'll give you access to it. Don't worry about it. I just have to tweak just a little bit more. I've been working on this on and off for the past couple of days. It's pretty much ready. I don't think there are any more problems. So yeah, just shoot me a message, and you guys will have access to this mango ribbon just to make your lives a little bit easier. And yeah, going back to what I was just talking about, we do have resistance over here, right? You can see the Tenkin and the Kijun overhead at the 12,100 region. Clearing that on the 4-hour would be an extremely good sign. Let's go back on to our daily. We just talked about that, though. We can look at the 12-hour now. What I want to see, guys, is for us to clear this area on the 12-hour too, right? We're seeing the Tenkin and the 10 SMA line up over here, which lines up perfectly with what? The 4-hour Tenkin and Kijun. As you can see, there's a lot of resistance coming up here at the 12,000 region. Now going back to our daily, right? Let's look at the 12,000 region. What do we have here? 12,000 region, nothing much, right? Nothing much. So this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. If we do manage on the 4-hour to pop up over the 21 EMA and then clear this 12,100 region, we'll be not only killing the resistance on the 4-hour, but as well as the 12-hour. And then the daily, we will have the momentum for what? For this big symmetrical triangle to break to the upside, right? Remember, we've been talking about symmetrical triangle for a couple of days now, more than a couple of days. But it can break to either side. It can break to the upside or to the downside. We shouldn't get too excited for this breaking to the upside until it actually does break to the upside. Now, we do have resistance overhead here. We just went over the 4-hour, the 12-hour, probably the other time frames as well. We don't need to go through them all. We also do have this horizontal neckline over here on the daily, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there are things that could hold us back from this breaking to the upside, and we have to be ready in case this does break to the downside. Okay, let's go ahead and remove all the indicators. I do want to look at the mango indicator. That's mango indicator quickly. As you can see, it gave us a buy signal over here right at the bottom. We gotta move to the upside. So far so good. I'd like to see it keep going to the upside. Now, does it have to? Of course not, right? No indicator is perfect, but this has been goddamn perfect. So far it has been goddamn perfect, but no indicator is perfect, guys, which is why I look at all the other things that I do, right? Always be safe first. Now, what I want to see is for this to start angling towards the upside and cross the threshold again towards the upside, like we saw over here, and even over here, right? The thing is, if the longer it spends here, the more time you have to accumulate, and to me that's a sign of a bigger move coming towards the upside. Now, as you can see, we did that in the 8K zone over here, the 7K to 8K zone. That was my big accumulation period, and then we got a nice drive to the upside. Over here, we didn't spend too much time, and what happens, we get the drive to the upside, but not as hardcore, right? Similar with the situation. We spent a little time, not too much, and we got a bounce. This was a really good trade, to be honest. A quick trade in the day, like a couple of thousand, and 20%, and then we had a move to the downside, and it gave us another signal. But let's keep an eye on this and see how this unfolds. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I do want to keep these videos shorter on the weekends, because you guys don't want to be spending your time listening to me for too long. So yeah, that's about it, guys. The 4-hour, you honestly, this is the story you need to look at. One, look at the 4-hour to know whether we are gaining momentum to the upside or to the downside based on where we are sitting. Right now, we are sitting on on good support. We don't want to be getting rejected too many times on the upside, but if we make our way to the upside, it is a good thing. And if we consolidate over there without getting rejected, it is likely that we break towards the upside of this daily triangle, and then we start consolidating a daily candle over here. It would likely mean, okay, the probability lies in us breaking to the upside. Okay, the longer we spend at the bottom over here and start angling towards the downside, I would be leaning towards this breaking to the downside. Okay, like again, this is a symmetrical triangle. You got to be ready for both moves, and honestly, both moves have a pretty good return rate. This is going all the way down to, depending on where we break. Let's say did I get that right? That's good. So this is angling all the way down to this horizontal line, which is around 8,700, 8,600 to 8,700. I would say, depending again on where we break. If we go towards the upside, I think we are looking at 15,200-ish. So those are like rough targets. Again, rough targets. We don't need to meet those moves while breaking to the downside. On these patterns don't need to meet their measured move. Even though they break out, they don't need to meet them. A good example was this inverse head and shoulders that broke to the upside recently, and we did not meet the measured move, right? We got a rejection coming in from the sellers at the 13.5k region. Again, that could have been very trappy. I've said this to you guys before. Every time something looks very obvious, especially head and shoulders patterns, be careful. Okay, so a lot of eyes, by the way, are on the symmetrical triangle. Now the question is, did they get into position for it, right? Because even though people are seeing it now, you and I over here at Mango, we were speculating on a symmetrical triangle all the way over here before we even put its shape together, and now it's doing just that. We did similar things, right, on our previous runs. That's why we were able to like think ahead. We had a bullish flag formation over here, broke to the upside, faked out, broke back down. Bullish flag formation over here, broke the upside, faked out, broke back down, accumulated, ran. Now we had a bullish formation on the 2-day chart, right? Broke up, came back down, now accumulating in a bullish consolidation pattern, which by the way is the symmetrical triangle. A symmetrical triangle on an uptrend, in my opinion, is a consolidation bullish accumulation pattern. Anyways, anything else? No, that's pretty much it. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, and go to the channel, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't stress too much, guys, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Cheers.